I used to think if I was really called by God to start a business, I'd feel fearless, that it would feel clear, peaceful, maybe even easy. But that's not what it felt like. I felt scared, unqualified, and stuck until I realized this. Being called doesn't mean that you won't be scared. It just means you've got something worth stepping into. So today, if you've been sitting on a God-given dream, but fear keeps winning the argument in your head, this episode is for you. Let's talk about how to step forward when faith and fear collide. I remember sitting in church one morning, my heart was pounding. The message wasn't even about purpose or business, but I could feel the Holy Spirit pressing on my chest. I knew He was calling me to build something, not just a side hustle, a real business, a mission, a whole movement. But the moment service ended, reality set back in. Who am I to do this? What if I fail? What if I mess up what God is asking me to build? Here's what I believed in that moment. If God really called me, I wouldn't feel this scared. I wouldn't have all these questions. And maybe you've told yourself something similar, that fear must mean you're not ready, that waiting a little longer is the wise thing, that certainty should come before action. But the longer I waited, the heavier it got. One night I was in the Word and I landed on Hebrews 11:8. Hebrews 11:8 says, by faith, Abraham obeyed when he was called to go out to a place. And he went out not knowing where he was going. That line right there changed everything for me. Abraham didn't wait for full clarity. He didn't wait until the fear disappeared. He moved forward without knowing how it was all going to unfold. And I felt God saying to me, you don't need a map with a clear destination point that's promised to you. You just need to move. That's what I realized. Faith and fear can coexist, but faith moves anyways. God never promised comfort. He promised presence. And if He called me, He would equip me. So if you've been stuck in indecision, calling it wisdom, if you've been saying maybe later for months now, if you felt the nudge but haven't made the move, let's talk. This episode is for you. If you feel like you're called, but fear keeps whispering, you're not ready. Or you keep saying someday instead of today. Or maybe you've been praying for clarity, but you still feel paralyzed. Maybe you're exhausted from second guessing every step. Maybe you've been asking God for confirmation, but deep down, you already know. Well, by the end of this episode, my aim is for you to know why fear is not a stop sign. It's an invitation to trust, that you would understand the difference between waiting on God and delaying out of fear, that you would discover one next move you can take today to obey the call on your life. So let's break this down. If you're sitting in the tension between what you feel called to build and the fear that's been holding you back, I want to help you name it, face it, and take a step forward today. Not a leap, just a step. Because obedience starts small and clarity follows action. So let me walk you through 3 truths that will help you move forward, even if you still feel a little shaky. Truth number 1 is fear is normal. Staying stuck is not. Fear is not a disqualifier. It's actually confirmation that what you're building matters. If it didn't matter, you wouldn't feel resistance. Isaiah 41:10 says, fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. So no, you don't need to feel fearless. You just need to move forward with God by your side. Truth number 2, delayed obedience is still disobedient. Hard truth, we often spiritualize procrastination. We say we're waiting on God, but He's already spoken. The next move is yours. James 2:17 puts it plainly. It says, so also faith by itself, if it does not have works, is dead. Obedience is not about comfort. It's about trust. And sometimes trust looks like registering the LLC, even when you're not sure where the clients will come from. Truth number 3, you don't have to do this alone. The calling is big, but you weren't meant to carry it alone. God designed you to first trust Jesus Christ. You got the Holy Spirit with you, but He also designed you for community. And when you're surrounded by other faith-driven entrepreneurs, your fear loses power. That's why I created the DRIVENpreneur membership community, so that you don't have to build alone anymore. This entire episode lives in the inspiration pillar of the Driven framework, which is the baseline for the DRIVENpreneur community. Because inspiration is about more than getting hyped. It's about staying connected to your purpose and your people, even when fear knocks. Your why and your who must speak louder than your doubts. Now, if you know you need more than a podcast, if you're ready to walk this out with coaching or with strategy or with structure, let's talk about my Driven Owner program. It's my one-on-one coaching offer for purpose-driven entrepreneurs ready to finally grow with clarity and confidence. Feel free to book a free strategy session at brianrobinsoncoaching.com. All the information is below this episode. But let me leave you with this. You can be called in scared at the same time, but you don't have to let fear win. Your next move? Join the DRIVENpreneur membership community. Inside, you'll find structure, support, and clarity to build what God called you to build. And you can go to www.school.com/drivenpreneur to join us today. And again, all this information is below this episode. But even if my community and my program isn't right for you, I really want to encourage you, find the one that is. Trust God, then go find the community that you need to be a part of so that you can walk out what He's called you to walk out. Until next time, stay clear, stay focused, stay driven.